and gentlemen, welcome to the Wednesday Call Live. Filmed in beautiful Treasure Island, Florida. Now, let's hear it for our host, our president and CEO, Andy Albright.
Thank you, Billy, for that introduction. You guys, that was an incredible graphic. I love that show you put together on that racetrack and race car. It gets me fired up, focused, man. So I'm actually in a suite at the penthouse suite at the Don Cesar. We're having some work done on our house over here on the island, and we had all the agency managers on the East Coast were down here, and we hung out and went out to eat. Had a meeting in this suite. I think I might show you around the little suite we have right here without making too big of a mess. I think we're gonna do it like this. Oh, there's Mr. Davies. This nice little suite right here, and then decks out there looking over the Gulf of Mexico, and we had a blast in here, and it was really cool. And we're so focused and so determined to triple this whole organization and create multi-millionaires across America. And me and Adam Cash were sitting out here this morning having a cup of coffee, and we were like, what makes us think that we can do it now? Just boom. And there's a lot of announcements coming that kind of tie into that. But the agency managers right now, we just think we can just triple. The Bailics, Justin and Sydney, they're just on fire. Tawny Carey and her leading the charge out there with Jason and her team. And we've got some people, Mr. Davies here, the feeling that we can just triple, because this thing of keep it very simple and do 40 appointments a week, act like you got a job, because people are so job mentality. And that's kind of how I am. I'm like, I got a job to do. My son's upstairs studying, and it's like he's got a job. He's like, all right, I got to do this and this and this for my class at NC State. And I'm like, that's what we need, is people just go like, I got to have 40 appointments. And if I can get an extra 5 or 6, that'd be nice. But minimum, I will die. I will jump off of that 10-story building before I do less than 40 appointments. I think that might be it. That we started to just turn the corner of this lolly-la life of I ain't got a job, of I do have a job. This is what I got to do. This is my mission. It's something I talked about that Jeff Wright helped me with, and I think this has helped some of our leaders. Don't dream about the Ferraris and dream about the penthouse suite. Don't dream about traveling to Thailand. Dream about, I got to have 45 appointments booked, so that I can see 40 new people this week. So you dream of that, you envision that. Your goal is the work, and then you do the work, and then you start seeing the other dreams. So it's almost like we're going to pass this mountain before we get to that mountain. The goal of 40 appointments. Find people, and then find a guy that'll do it. Find a girl that'll doing 40 appointments, that'll go in 40 houses every single week, like clockwork. I think the simplicity of it is making us know and believe that we can just blow this thing up. So I've got a lot of stuff today I want to put together on basically on integrity or keeping your word. So we're going to get into that in a minute. Why is it so important? How is it important? How do you do it? How are you judged? How is your character judged? And it's based on telling the truth. So before we get to that, I've got some leaderboards. Some people have just been killing it production-wise. So I want to show you there. So let's go to those leaderboards, Tia. Let's show them the people that are winning. There we go. All right. So Megan Wood is Megan is over here in Clearwater, which is only 30 minutes from here, and got her little boy Elijah over there, and her mom and daddy and her puppy dog. And she told me she's written 7 applications since she arrived in Florida. Just the waitress, somebody else back at home that she thought about they might need a hospital indemnity. She called them, took 30 minutes. She's issue paid 24 apps this week. Way to go, Megan Wood. I think we have a meme. Is that what you call it now? It goes like this. Good for you, Megan Wood. And I think people get mad about that because they're going like, if Megan Wood can write this kind of business, I can't. Look at here. Janina Wilson, 8 applications this week, issue paid for $13,000. Janina, you were that close. You're that close to catching Megan Wood. Lee Reyes, 12 applications. Lee, you did half as many applications, and you were number 3 in the whole United States of America, issue paying 12 applications. Lee Reyes, 13,000. Jane Hill knocked out, and she was down here in Florida with her hubby James. She knocked out 9 applications, issue paid 11,900. Mark Hutchinson, he's part of Mr. Davies. Davies here was sitting with me. His guy knocked out 13 applications. Mia Fennell. Mia is killing it. This week, I think she's up to 27,000 issued applications. I lost sight of the leaderboard. Tia, gotcha. Got it back. All right. Jason Carey knocked out 6, issue paid for 10 grand. So this week we had 7 people issue pay over 10,000. Marcus Richardson, he is tracking. He flew in to see me in Vegas last week. He is at 6 applications issue paid. Paul Van Thoff, 7,000 with 4 apps. Mimi Romero, 6 apps for 7,000. And Austin Heater, 6,000. And Brian Rojas. So 12 people over 5,000 this week issued. Smoking. Congratulations. Annuity producers. Mark Hutchinson come in with a 75,000 issue paid. Terry Edwards got 100 grand issue paid, $98,039. Janina Wilson knocked out 122,000 issue paid. Adam Katz, 166. And Neil, I don't know Neil's last name. Do you know Ed Soto's team? Neil B. Billings. Neil Billings. Way to go, Neil Billings. Congratulations. $261,000 issue paid. Didn't mean to put you on the spot, but good job, Mr. Davies. Top 3 foresters. Contest will show you running. So Mimi Romero, 4 apps for 4,400. Megan Wood, again, 4 apps for 5,500. And Mark Hutchinson, 10 apps foresters this week for 9,000 in premium. Smoke it. Top 10 recruiters. Jeremy Patton, Eric and Bobby Belair, Mindy Mitchell. Way to go, Mindy. Alex Avian, Olga and Jason Mathis. Jane B under Olga and Jason. I don't know who that is. I don't know that Jane B. Paul Roberts has 9. Kyle Cater has 9. And Kyle Wilson. You the man, Kyle. 9 recruits this week. You figured out something. So good stuff happening on the leaderboards. Congratulations to the winners and the leaders this week. You guys are smoking. Let's go to the contest here. See who's winning. All right. And all of these will be posted on Band. You can go track them on. And they're also posted on the ARC. Pretty easy to find, but I like seeing these names and reading them out. Mark Hutchinson so this contest is a all expense paid trip to Canada, to Forrester's headquarters. We already had a contest, but this is an app count for the month of June. So there's 10 winners. Scroll down just a little bit farther, Tia, if you will, for me. 10 winners, and these are the winners. Tad Peterson right now is leading with 9 apps issued in June. Megan Wood has 7 apps. So if you look for the new winners, everybody else that's mixed in, they've already won the trip. So these people will be joining them. Tanya Shakura. Tanya Shakura, that's number 10. She has got 6.3 apps. Angela Manzo, way to go, Angela. Want to go with us up to Canada? George Andershot, Katrina Guston, Blake Kale. I'm pretty sure that's Blake Kale. Jeff Turner, Dan Gillingham. Way to go, Dan. 5 apps. Look at the 5s down here, people. Brian Rojas, 5 apps. Foresters issue paid. Mimi Romero, 5. Gus, 5. Adam Johnson, 5. Jonathan Megan, 5. Mike and Brittany, 5. Joseph Dukes, 5. Jeff Wilhelm, 5. Evan Patzer, 5. Okay, let me explain something to you. You have, what's today, 22nd? It's 24th. You guys have 6 days. I would be jamming in some Foresters apps, children's apps. There's children. No, that comes out in July. Children's juvenile policies coming out with Foresters in July, so you can't do that. But you got Strong Foundation, you got Smart ULs, all you guys at 5. If we have a tie again at 6 or 7, then we go to the premium. So it's number of apps wins you the trip to Canada, number of applications for Foresters. And then if you're a tie on apps, we go over to the premium, and the one with more issue paid Foresters premium goes. All right. That's going to be a fun trip. That's running. I mean, this contest is over in 6 days. Fanatics, Megan Woods on track to win another $1,000 cash. Paul Minichino, $1,000 cash on the way. Really look for on annuities. Jason Carey. Jason, he's real close on two. He's got $200,000 annuities. Actually, he's going to go over anyway on life for $27,000. So this is a number of people writing $30,000 issue paid this month. So you can see we already have, Megan's already issued 42,061 applications this month. Paul Minichino, 27 apps. Who else is big down there? Junior Korea, 20 apps. Mark Hutchinson, 26 apps. Jeremico's done 33 applications. He's number 14. Okay, this is a great leaderboard. Fanatics winning cash. All right, this is another cash prize. I always look at Stephanie Rodriguez because she's a rookie that's going to take home $5,000 extra dollars. Mia Fennell, this is strong right here. Mark Hutchinson on track for $5,000 cash. Adam Johnson. But let's see. Paul Vanthal, Debbie Benz on track for $1,200. All right, scroll me down. This is cash giveaway based on Foresters that ends. I think this one ends this month too. Rookies, Stephanie Rodriguez. No other rookies has got up in. Oh, okay. All these are rookies that have won cash. So you can see Stephanie's on track to win $5,000. Megan Ferrand is on track to win $2,000. Jacob Foray, $1,200. Nice. Okay, let's scroll down to the next one. The next contest. Okay, we're flying the jet out to the West Coast and bringing these folks into family reunion. Jason and Tawny Carey will be jumping on the jet. Jake and Bill Krause and Brandon and Ashley Beal, if nothing changes. And they'll fly into Dallas and pick up Paul Roberts and then cruise into the family reunion. I think the only challenge is if Brandon and Ashley are not agency. Are they agency managers?
Not yet. They're close.
They're close. That'd be cool if they got in. All right. Great contest. Lampy, Angela Manzo, Joseph Tu, and Kelly Haney are just right on the edge. Scroll me down, Tia. Keep going down. Oh, wait. My bad. They look like the same colors on the same report. Okay, so this is, scroll down. What is this contest? I can't see it, Tia. Okay, so that's the West Coast. All right, so I'm good with that. And we can move on. A little bit confused. Thailand. Okay, already won a trip to Phuket and Chiang Mai. Megan Wood and Paul Minichino have already won. Katrina is that close to winning the extension. So all these folks are already going to Phuket. Brant Swindale, Mark Hutchinson, James and Jane Hill, Kyle and Janina. Scroll on down. These are all Phuket winners. They're already there. All the way down to Terry and Tia Edwards. Right, almost winning the trip. Listen, let me tell you something. Anybody that wants to win this trip can win it. We still got 5 months to go. All expense paid to Phuket, Thailand. It's a crazy trip. Managers that have won, Paul Minichino, Mike and Noel just won. James and Jane, Paul Roberts just won. Nice. That's all our managers winning. All right. This one's kind of cool, the F&G contest, because it's going to be here in St. Petersburg, and actually here at the Don Cesar is where we're going to have the training. And then we're going to have a party back at our house, which is only 10 minutes from here. Let's scroll down and see who's going to be at the party. All right, here we go. Marvin's going to be there. Jane Hill. Amaka's going to be there. Smoking. Chris Baldwin's going to be there. Jeremy Patton, Miles Gatos. Paul and Sam Minikino going to be down here. Marilyn Martin Ward is going to be here. Jason and Tawny. And Marty G. And that's Leo Altador is tracking. And James P. under Bailick. Not sure who that is, James. Bailick, you'll let me know. They need 5 applications to win. So they're right on the border. Leo is, and so is James. This is going to be a fun trip. This is all posted on the ARC. Oh, I want to take a minute on this Rolex. I want to get into the teaching. All right, pay attention, Tim Sipe, down here, number 13, and Joe Dukes. Right now, if the contest ended, Sipe gets a Rolex, Dukes gets high five. Sticky notes. Minerva, you're so close, Minerva. Eric Belair is so close. Look at this. Only $2,000. Michelle Alleman, so close. Now, go to the top. Megan Wood, $269,000. Paul Minikino, $241,000. The first person, number 1, gets to pick any watch. And I'm telling you, Katrina Gustin and Brant Swindell, the number 1 watch out of 13, all these things were acquired by Stephen Davies' wife. It's Mr. Davies. His wife did the acquisition of these Rolexes. They tell me that the first watch, the women's watch, is half of the budget for all 13 watches. It's nice. Nice. So I would consider there's 2 spots that I wouldn't want to be. I wouldn't want to be number 14. I kind of want to be number 2 because it's better than being not on there. But let's see. We got a picture of this thing. Check this out. You see it? This is the Rolex. This is the women's. Diamonds all around it. Diamonds for numbers. Sweet. Can you see it? Woo! Nice. Thank you, Mr. Davies. Number 1, you get that pick. If you don't have to pick the most expensive one. Half the budget is in number 1 watch. And I remember when she asked me, like, you want to get it? I was like, yeah, we'll have a number 1 spot. And she did. All right, Junior Korea, Robert Wilson. Wilson could take it. Marcus Richardson could take number 1. Let's go. Let's see who's down below Mike and Michelle Allman. Any winners? Jeremy Patton, Joe Walker, Evan Patzer's close. He could come smoking in. Keep in mind, there's 6 more months to this contest. Anybody's game. Brandon, Tia Edwards, Terry Edwards, Mia Fennell could come in and take it. Okay. Do we have any more leaderboards? Is that the last one? We got recruiters, Power 10, Joe Dukes. Recruits, Andy Riddle is still smoking everybody with 146 in width and 49 in depth. Kyle Cater's coming in number 2. All right, I got you on the recruits. Let's scroll down. More recruits. Weekly. We already did them. Keep going. Thank you. Recruits month today. Keep going. I think we're good on. I think we just let people look these up. All right. And there it is. $10,000 opportunity for Mr. Riddle. 133 direct recruits. Kyle Cater, 5,000. It's just cash. It's just cash winnings for recruiting. All right. Scroll down. All right. Issue paid with Megan Wood. Listen to this. 536 applications issued this year for $234,000 in premium in less than 6 months. Brandon Beal has issued $224,000 with 41 apps, some big apps. Robert Wilson's number 3 with 154. Let me get this straight. She's number 1 with 536. Let's just look at app count. The closest app count is Junior Korea with 227. She's doubled number 2 when it comes to app count. God. All right. Y'all check this out. Issue paid leaderboard year to date. Brandon Ashley Beal, Robert Wilson, Katrina Gustin, Kyle and Janina. Way to go, Janina. Paul Menachino's been just smoking. Mark Hutchinson, Mark Richardson, Mike and Michelle Alleman, Jonathan and Megan. That's a couple. Keep an eye on that number 10 spot. Jonathan and Megan Yakey. I think you're going to see some numbers change on them. Okay. All right. Any more leaderboards to you? I think we're good. Let's go to the 4 behaviors. Okay. All right. I want to talk to you about integrity, folks. Do you need integrity? Do you have to have integrity? What does integrity look like? Specifically, the 4 behaviors of integrity. Tell them the truth. Don't be lying to me. Don't be trying to head fake me out. All right, let's go to the first slide. I spent a lot of time talking to Jeff about this. All right. One of the truest tests of integrity is its blunt refusal to be compromised. No compromise, says integrity. No compromising. All right. Integrity is about not yielding to temptations when they come. They're going to come. Do the right thing when no one's looking might not be enough. You might have to do the right thing when everyone is looking in order to be a person of integrity. So 2 different kinds of integrity we're talking about. One is when people got eyeballs on you, are you doing the right thing? What a lot of people say is it's when nobody's looking that matters. I would say both of them matter. The one I'm worried about is the one where I'm looking at you. Okay, so let's check this out. If I'm looking for you, you're on my team, and you're a linebacker on my team, or you're a defensive end. I won't say I don't care if you don't lift weights, because I'm not watching you. I don't care what you eat or drink. I'm not watching you. But when you get on that field and I'm watching you, you better destroy the enemy. What this is saying is that you got to have integrity when nobody's looking at you, lift weights, drink the right stuff, eat the right food. But more importantly, or equally importantly, is when your cleats get on the field, you bust the other team's butt. So you say, Andy, how does that apply to this business? I don't know if you're reading books. I don't know if you're studying. I don't know if you're on the phone 24/7. It's one guy we were talking about today or yesterday. We said he definitely has personal indulgences, because when it comes to integrity, meaning we're watching him, he ain't putting up the numbers. He's putting up moderate, okay numbers. So the integrity part, you done jumped ahead on me, Tia. Thank you. All right, doing the right thing when somebody's looking, meaning when I look at the leaderboards, when I look at your production, when I look at your art and your number of phone calls, that's integrity. That's having honesty. That's being true. When I'm not looking at you, are you cheating? Are you stealing? Are you taking baths like you're supposed to? Are you using dental floss? I don't know that I care about your character flaws. Does that make sense? I don't know if I care about, like I care about you. But we're in a business. In a business, we got to put in recruits and we got to put in premium. So there's your integrity. So the integrity of when somebody's watching, well, how do you show up on the leaderboards? All right. So you're judged. You get judged by other people based on what they see. They don't judge you about what you do behind closed doors. They judge you about what you see. So if you've got good character and you know it, you shouldn't worry about their judgment except for one thing. What are you doing when they're watching? like as in leaderboards, as in recruiting, as in premium, as in promotions. Business-wise, how are you doing integrity-wise? The integrity of you, are you getting results? Because there's integrity. Okay. All right. Now let's go to the next one, Tia. You're right on top of it. All right. So different behaviors when they're looking at you and when nobody's looking at you. All right. Your word. All right. Here's the way this works. Don't care about your promises if you ain't going to do what you said. It's useless. Keep your word. You say you're going to do 40 appointments. I don't need a great excuse, a barely acceptable excuse, terrible excuse, or a valid excuse. You say you're going to do it, you commit to it, you do it. Your reputation. Okay. Let me guard your reputation. This might sound weird to you. We don't give a crap what nobody else thinks. You're comfortable who you are. You don't have to worry about your reputation, because your reputation is what other people think. And if you ain't worried about what people think, you don't have to worry about your reputation. So what about my production? What about how I look, how I'm perceived? I don't know. What does your peer pressure feel like? Are you doing everything you can do? If you're doing every damn thing you can, you go all out, then don't worry about your reputation. That's how you keep it, is not worry about what other people think, because you gave 100%. Make fair decisions. All right. Here's the answer to making fair decisions. Make consistent decisions that are not fair. It says make fair decisions. If you're consistent with your decisions, I tell you something else you can do to keep fair. If you can realize that nobody owes you anything, you come in this world, you got a chance everybody else has got. You make the decisions best they can. You be consistent with what you say and what you do. And know that nothing is owed to you. Nobody owes you anything. Now all of a sudden, you're able to make better decisions. Authenticity. My bad. When nobody owes you anything, that's authenticity. Life's not fair, it's unfair decisions. So if you know life's not fair, you don't try to divide the pie equally. You divide the pie deservedly, consistently. And if you want people to think you're real, then now you got to realize the world don't owe you something. The more you know that you got to earn everything you get, and it's what you grab, now you're more authentic. But if you have this uppity air about you, and I got some friends that are like that, I say friends, acquaintances, and I'm going like, guys, the world owe you something. You got to get out there and grab it and grab it. Okay. Little tips on that. We're gonna get into this. No, stay right here on repetition for a minute. Okay. I would just say here on reputation, guard your reputation. It's what you do, not necessarily character, meaning you could have a great reputation and have a bad character. If I'm a business person, I am looking for a person to have great reputation, meaning how do they present? Do they score? Do they put the ball in the net? Do they get the puck in the net? Do they keep how do they get the points, the premium, the volume? That's reputation. Character is when nobody's looking at you, but when it comes out in the open, that's when it's a big deal. Okay. All right, let's go to the next slide. This has to do with keeping your word. The value of a promise is the cost of you keeping your word. You promise to do something to somebody and it gets hard. It gets difficult. You promise and it gets difficult. That's the cost of keeping your word. But Andy, you don't understand my parents. You don't understand my wife. You don't understand my kids. You don't understand my health. That's the cost. That's the cost. What are you willing to pay to keep your word? Are you willing to do anything to keep your word? Make people mad? Make people happy? Will you do what you say you're going to do? All right. Let's go down here to the moral. A promise made is a debt unpaid until you keep your word. So when you promise the team that you're going to run 40 appointments, that's a debt that you got to pay. That's what you got to do. All right. Here we go. I have a shirt that says talk plus work builds confidence over doubt. So you keep your word by talking the trash, working your butt off, your confidence shows up, doubt goes away, premium shows up, you win the day. Does that make sense? It's yakety yak, yak, yak. Talk it. I'm gonna write 50,000 this month, and then you don't sleep in your bed. I want to write 70,000, and then you work all the time. Whatever you got to do, because it's your word that you've put in place. To get confidence, people ask me, so, how do I build up my confidence? Go to work. It's funny that people say, I don't have confidence to work. I go, no, you don't. It don't take to go to work. You just do it. It's just willpower. It's just, you hate losing. You hate being broke. You do it for your family. Whatever reason you pick, you go to work. As the work goes up, your confidence goes up. So when you say it, then do it, you become a machine. You're developing a hell of a reputation that goes into your integrity. All right, next slide. All right. Two things here. Keeping your word, complete and unembellished version of the facts. Most people violate the naked truth quite often by dressing up the truth in a lie's clothing of language. Most people, when I ask them something, they don't want to tell me. They start telling me a drama story. I got a naked truth story here I want to tell you. I'll get my hands on it pretty quick. Here we go. This is the naked truth. I don't know if you've ever heard this. I thought it was pretty cool when Jeff Wright was telling me about it. Truth and lie met one day. Truth and lie met. Lie tells truth, it's a beautiful day today. Truth looks up to the skies and sighs, for truly it was a beautiful day. Truth and lie spent the whole day together, exchanging stories and having fun. During their stroll, they reached a well. Lie tells truth. The water looks very nice. Let's take a dip together. Truth, once again, suspicious, tests the water and discovers that indeed it is very nice. They undress and they start relaxing and bathing in the water. Suddenly, as truth dozes off, lie jumps up out of the well, puts on the clothes of truth, and runs away. The furious truth comes out of the well and runs everywhere to find lie so she could get her clothes back. The world, seeing truth naked, turns its gaze away with contempt and rage. The poor truth returns to the well and disappears forever, hiding therein its shame. Since then, lie has traveled the world dressed as truth, satisfying the needs of society because the world, in any case, harbors no wish at all to meet the naked truth. Have you ever heard that word? It's crazy. The naked truth got hoodwinked, and now lie is running around the world dressed as the truth because nobody wants to hear the naked truth. They only want to hear a clothed lie. That's where people are a lot of times on the naked truth. I'll say, could you just give it to me in a box? Give me a number. How many calls you made? How many people picked up? How many new people did you talk to this week to recruit? Just give me the naked truth. I know naked truth is hiding, but I'm trying to pull the naked truth back out of the well, so to speak. All right. Next, selfless intentions. Selfless intentions comes from your original motives. So, okay, knowing later that you did a good thing is an unintended consequence and doesn't define the selflessness of the deed. All right, original motives. So you start out, I'm going to build this business because I want my wife to live a life of luxury. I'm going to build this business so my kids' college education is paid. I am going to lift my kids up on my shoulders so they can have a better life. Then what happens to a lot of people is they forget what their original motive was. Or how about this one? I'm not going to let the team down. I'm not going to let the team down. Then all of a sudden things get tough. The cost of paying the debt of the words that you said becomes more expensive. And all of a sudden we go from selfless to selfish. And we start more worried about what we have to do to pay the debt. And we start going like, I don't have to. If you can remain selfless and have your eyes off of yourself and your eyes on the people, the friends, the team, if you can keep that away, you can keep that integrity. Okay, let's go to the next one. I think they're all right. Yeah. Back up one time, T. On one other thing I had took notes on for this one, keeping your word. Keeping your word. All right. Okay. We got a lot of good people right now talking a lot of smack. Let me explain something to you. When you start talking smack or you start talking jack, you start talking crazy that you're going to smoke everybody, you're going to win that Rolex. I want to let you know it requires your full attention, your full devotion. Like if you say, I am bound and determined to lose 10 pounds, I'm bound and determined I'm going to write 100,000 issue paid this month. It always requires full attention and tremendous commitment, meaning other things in your life, like personal indulgence, other things in your life that you would give to yourself, you got to be selfless and give your full attention and full commitment to the words that you say in order to pay that debt that you have created for yourself. That's why if you get a person talking junk, you got a way better shot of them actually doing crazy stuff because they talk the crazy stuff. Okay. There's more to that, but I want to. Oh, one more quote. Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee, you know, the karate guy, movie star guy. He says that we should, I'm not going to read the whole quote, but I'm going to paraphrase it. We should become self-sufficient so that others' ratings of us, like are they judging us, that it don't matter anymore. Meaning, you don't worry about what other people think because the world don't owe you nothing. You just do your own thing. But you are trying to pay the debt back because of what you committed to, and there's a price that you have to pay for that. Okay, let's move on. Move on, slide 6. Reputation. Guard your reputation. All right. This is kind of along the lines of what Bruce Lee said too. Your reputation is in the hands of others. That's what the reputation is. In other words, well, I'm going through it. You can't control that. The only thing you control is your character. So your reputation is what other people think of you. The only thing you can control is your character, but your character is what you're doing when nobody's looking. And then your reputation is based on how they interpret what you did. And I will tell you this, depending on who you're around, like if you're around our winners in the Alliance and you're issue paying $30,000, your reputation will be a producer. But to somebody else in your family or a neighbor, you might have a terrible reputation because they don't think you give them enough time, for example. They don't think you spend enough time fixing your yard up. Go, look, he's got a nasty yard. And we're like, producer. So the reputation, all you can control is your character. So if you have a team that cares about premium, if you have a team that cares about that, then that could be your reputation. But if somebody else is judging you, they could judge you based on what your yard looks like. You can't worry about what they think. You just got to worry really about you and what you are as far as a character and the reputation that you have with the right people, what they think. All right, moral. Protect your reputation with good character. Good character is not realized by trying to convince others that you have it, but rather it's achieved by setting the course to an established ethical set of principles that require full attention and unwavering commitment. Okay, so your you in this reputation, you do you. You do you, I'll do me. That's our reputation. You do your stuff, I do my stuff. We win the game together because you're executing and I'm executing. And our reputation with each other, because we're on the same team, is critical versus the reputation of the outside world. So almost if you could put you in a circle, and then if we could put our team in a circle, and we don't care what other people think. That's how we think about reputation. But we do care about what our team thinks. That's huge if we can get that. Do you care what do you care, who do you care what they think? Like, I care what my wife thinks. I care what Jane Albright thinks. I care what Spencer thinks. I care what Haley thinks, my daughter. I care what Stephen Davies thinks. I care what Adam thinks. On the other hand, I gotta do what I gotta do. Because that's how you take care of you. That's how me take care of me. Is staying in that circle. Okay? All right. Let's go to number 7. This one's interesting. Your reputation requires duplication, association, and edification. So you duplicate or you copy those who've earned your enthusiasm. So people who fire you up, copy them. Association, walk with those who have earned your trust. Don't be hanging around people you don't trust. Don't be associating with people you don't trust. And you know where they are in life before you decide. We've talked about it. I've had several conversations with my friends about this. Be dang careful who you're hanging out with. Don't underestimate your friends. You're going to absorb the way they are. You can't help it. So so I trust based on motion. I trust based on results. Okay, let's go to edification. Invest in those who have earned your respect. Not next slide. My bad. Yeah. Invest in those who have earned your respect. Okay. So your reputation is based on duplication, association, and edification. So your reputation, who you are, is based on who you hang around with. Does that make sense? So if you hang around poor people, if you hang around crooks, if you hang around lowlife, you hang around thieves, if that's the people you choose to associate with, now your reputation is their reputation. This is like hard hitting stuff right here. You get to pick who you sit with. It's expensive to come hang out with people with high reputation. That's why it says invest in those that you trust. So I trust a person's track record. So if I spend $600 an hour on Robert King, one of my attorneys, if I'm going to pay $600 an hour, I respect him and I edify him. I pay him. I invest in him. And then his words that comes back to me, I trust those words. This is big stuff if you can grab hold of it. Basically, you can become anybody you want to become. Put it this way. If there's 10 people making $100,000 a year and you hang around them, there will be 11 people making $100,000 a year. So one of them makes 110, one of them makes 90, one of them makes 92, other one makes 102, other one makes 103, other one makes 98. If you jump in this crowd, you're going to learn how to make their amount of money. Even if you're making $250,000, you start becoming friends with these people, they will pull you back down to that $100,000 range. You say, well, I trust them. You trust that you're going to be just like them. That's what you need to know. If you trust them because they travel a lot, you'll travel a lot. If you trust them because they're high earners, you'll be a high earner. So it's picking who you are fired up about, who you have enthusiasm about, is who you try to copy. And then who you trust, you try to hang out with. And who you respect, you buy your way in. You invest or buy your way into that crowd. And by the way, it ain't cheap because you're at this level and they're at this level. They think this is cheap. You think this is cheap. You come up here, you're like, oh my God, this is expensive. That's because you're investing in the right people. We call it edification. All right. So to have duplication, you got to have enthusiasm. To have association, you got to have trust. And to have edification, you got to have respect. All right, let's go to the next slide. On fairness, fair decisions. Okay, making fair decisions. The way you see people is the way you treat people. And the way you treat people is who they become. This is big. The way you see people is the way you treat people. The way you vision them is how you treat them, and the way you treat them is who they become. So if you treat a person's effort with consistent, established expectations, then you will get consistent effort or predictable results from that person. So John Maxwell said it like this. He's a speaker that we've had come in. He's written a lot of leadership books. He said, people will rise and fall to the level of expectations set upon them. So read this. If you have consistent high expectations, you will get predictable high results. If you have established consistent low expectations, the person will reward you with low results, predictably low, based on your low expectations. So, consistent expectations gets consistent results. How about this? I got another fair thing for you. We talked about this down in Florida, is fair results. If you want to talk to me about fair and you say, Andy, it's not fair. Okay, tell me why this is not fair. So I give you $100 for 10 hours work. And you say, this is not fair. And I say, all right, based on what? And you say, well, I got paid $20 an hour before. And I go, wait, look, you can't base fairness on anything in the history. If I wipe out history, and I tell you, now tell me why it's not fair, what are you going to say now? If you know anybody in this world who's going, this ain't fair, this ain't right, wipe out history, forget history, and tell me why that's not fair. Can you go through that in your mind? If you can't use historical references, what are you complaining about is fair? Because from here on out, this is what we're going to pay you. This is how we're going to see you. This is how we're going to view you. How's that not fair? Well, he lives in a penthouse and I live in a doghouse. Now, how's that not fair? So in the past, no. Tell me going forward, how is the penthouse for this guy and the doghouse for you? Tell me how is it not fair? Well, he gets to live in a penthouse. I know, but why? Well, he lives up there because he had the money to pay for it. How's that not fair? Well, let me tell you what happened. No, what happened? Tell me why it's not fair. Isn't that the craziest? It's like a Jedi mind trick. You all of a sudden, all you want is consistency, and all you want is the correct pay, not compared pay. And if you want to compare pay on results, that's fine. But if you start making up something, play with that in your mind. Play with that with your husband. Go to your husband and say, when he wants to get mad about something, say, "What? Can we just forget the past and go forward? Now can we talk about fairness?" See what happens. He'll say, "Yeah, but what happened?" Nope. Going forward, tell me why it's not fair. I may have to come back to that one. This is a strong one. If you treat a person's efforts with consistent, established expectations, then you will get consistent effort and predictable results from that person. Wolfgang Puck, or Wolfgang von Goethe. The way you see people is the way you treat them. So if I see you as a badass and I treat you as a badass, I'm going to get a badass. I can expect that. But it's what you're working on is how you see stuff. Who's that guy? Andy Andrews calls it perspective. When you change your perspective, you change the prospectus. When you change your perspective, you change everything because it's the way you view it, the way you see it. So if you view fairness based on what's going on now and not based on history, everybody calms down because there's nothing to be mad about because it's fair, because that's what people get mad about. It ain't fair. It ain't fair. Why? Based on history, it's not fair. But based on now, perfectly fair. Why do you want to bring history into it? Why do you have your rear view mirror turned up so loud? That makes no sense. Okay, let's go to slide 9. All right. How do you make fair decisions? Fairness shows no bias or favoritism. The Alliance believes we're all equal. We're all trying to make our dreams come true. And the greatest equalizer in the Alliance is hard work. Deservedness. Fairness does not mean equal. It means who deserves it. It's a fact that life is not fair, nor should it be. The Alliance provides rewards for all that pursue success through our proven system. This notion of fairness, in this notion of fairness, you get what you deserve. So sameness means, with us, means whoever works the hardest gets the mostest. And if we come up to Megan Wood and Megan Ferrand, it's same. If it comes to Megan Yakey versus Megan Wood, it's same. You're judged based on sameness. So the fairness is based on sameness. You get points for life premium, she gets points for life premium. You get an override, she gets override. You get so it's same, which makes it fair. But the difference is what you get paid. The difference is the results. So fairness is not based on one person getting better results and we reduce her pay down to the other person to be same who didn't work as hard. The sameness is however you work, that's how you get paid. That's what's same. Deservedness is tied into the same thing where fairness don't always equal. All right. All right. To be fair, we don't judge old at all. We don't judge young. We don't judge black. We don't judge PhD. We don't judge GED. We don't judge no college. We're same. It's a point system that's all the same for everybody. Okay? I hate to say it, but this is it. You get what you deserve. How do you get someone to agree it's fair? How do you get someone to say it's fair? Take out the past talking points. Let go of the past, and all of a sudden, everything's fair, and you haven't been treated wrong. Look at how you're treated going forward, and how you're handled. All right. Be fair, deservedness. All right, let's go to the next slide, number 10. Okay. Authenticity. It takes courage to grow up and be who you really are. It takes courage to grow up and be who you really are. Moral. Authentic people don't allow their fears to prevent them from being themselves. Authentic people don't allow their fears to, in other words, just saying that it's like people aren't fake. If you're focused on being true to yourself in every moment, you're less concerned about the potential for rejection from others. Nothing is more liberating than being yourself as fully as you know how to be, realizing that no one owes you anything. So here's what happens. This was crazy. If you've ever felt bad because you were rejected and a person's making fun of you or mad at you, the way you get over the rejection is realize that nobody owes you anything. So if you call somebody and they talk trash to you and hang up on you and you go, and then call the next person. But if you get mad at the person, it's because you're thinking they owe you courtesy. You think they owe you to listen to your idea. If you expect people to be loyal to you, courteous to you, give you your fair share, treat you with respect, you are always going to be afraid because they don't owe you nothing. The faster you can figure out that what you get is what you get and not because somebody owes you something, the less you fear rejection. The less you fear rejection, the more you proceed. The more you proceed is the more you get. The more you think people owe you something, you're fearing rejection, you don't take action, and you don't get paid nothing, and you become a mean person because you think people owe you something and they never pay you. So crazy. Nobody owes you nothing. Don't quit whining like, pay me. We'll owe you. Then all of a sudden, you go like, nobody owes me nothing. Then you start taking action. You get no, and then you get no, and then you get yes. All of a sudden, somebody says, here's some money because we want you to do it again. You're like, what the hell? You gave it to me, and you didn't even owe me. Well, we feel like we owe you because you did it. And we want to bribe you to get you to do it again. So then as long as you stick with that authenticity of nobody owes me nothing, then you'll just do the work. But if you're thinking they owe me, so they got to pay me, or they got to be nice to me, they got to be considerate of me, now you're scared that they're going to put you down, and all of a sudden you act uppity or flighty or sidestep or you triple talk, and you don't get a check. And then you're really mad because you think they owe you something and they don't pay you, and then you get ill, mean. It's a triple whammy. So if authentic, if I can get someone inside of some of my buddies' heads, just being authentic is knowing nobody owes you nothing. That's the easiest thing I can tell you is quit acting like somebody owes you something. That's where that makes you look like you're uppity and fakety and flighty and stuff like that. Okay. All right. I'm gonna make sure this is a good slide, good information. All right. Courage to have integrity. This gives you courage. Nobody owing you anything gives you courage. People do not allow their fears to present them. They don't let their fears, so they have courage. Knowing nobody owes you anything gives you courage so that your fears keep you from being who you are. Okay, all right, can you do this formula? Nobody owes you nothing. If you can get it, nobody owes me nothing. I get it. Now you have the fear to take action. You overcome the fear to take action because you know nobody owes you anything, and nobody's going to make fun of you. Who cares if they don't owe you respect? Now you don't fear rejection, and with no fear, you have courage. Or even if you have fear, you say, well, I'm scared they're going to do it. Doing it anyway is realizing they don't owe you nothing. So you just do it anyway. You do it anyway, and then what happens is you get paid, and people say, oh, you just you, Bo, you just regular old you. And then they give you a ton of money because you took action. Because you wasn't worried about rejection. Isn't that crazy? This is how come some people don't get rich. Because they worried everybody, you owe me because my name is Albright, so you owe me. If my kids think that because their name's Albright, Spencer goes into work, they say owe him something, then he's not going to take action, he ain't going to get paid, he's going to get rejected, he's going to be scared to death. But if he goes in there thinking, I got to work like everybody else, I'm nobody, they don't owe me nothing, now he's going to do his work, now he's going to get paid, and they're going to call him courageous. And they're also going to say, you're just you just normal. If you can tie that together, brother, and quit being uppity and flighty and acting like you're somebody and the world owes you something because you're such a great person, and that stops you in your dead gum tracks. Okay. All right. Let's go to the last slide, number 11. Establish authenticity requires two things. The expression of being, authenticity is a quality of being. That's why we say being authentic. We don't say doing authentic, we say be authentic. It must be expressed directly from the source through the soul in order for a person to be believable, to have a presence. So to appear authentic, you have to be authentic, meaning you are who you are, and the world don't owe you nothing. And it comes from the soul, and then everybody looks at you and go, he's somebody. Wait a minute. The more you try to be nobody, the more you become somebody. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. All right, embracing your image. Authenticity is a quality of accepting. This is the moment a person decides, here we go, I have decided to be fearless enough to share their true self with the world like they got nothing to hide, warts and all. Okay. So, if you want to be authentic, you have to be authentic. You have to be who you are. That's why it endears people to you. They get more hooked into you the more authentic you are and the more real we. See, have you ever heard, if somebody have ever said to you, be real, are you, if they question you, are you serious? Are you for real? That means they don't think you are authentic. People like people who are who they are. They're not fakers. They're not sidesteppers. They're not illusion people, like they shake a rattle or something here. Like, the reason I didn't make my sales was blah, 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 blah. The reason I can't recruit is blah, 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 blah. An authentic person it doesn't do that. They're just normal. They just talk to you. They're sincere. They're straightforward. They be authentic. All right. I want to go back to the very top tier, the number 2. I think it's the number 2 slide with the 4 different things. And I want to be done. I'm gonna wrap this up. One more. Oh, might be slide 3 I'm looking for. Let's try 3. Okay. 4 behaviors. Okay. Integrity. I'm done. Say what you mean what you say. Say what you mean. I'm coming to family reunion. I'm going to be there. That means I'm going to be there. I'm going home Friday. I'm going to land at 4:15. That means I'm going to land at 4:15. Reputation. I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it. And you're going to see it. And people know what I'm going to do. That's my reputation. I love, my mama said one time when I was little, she said, whenever Andy says he's going to do something, stand back. When Justin Balick says he's going to do something, when Adam Katz says he's going to do something, when Chris Long says he's going to do something, when Stephen Davies says he's going to do something, bust hell, bust the door, bust the gut, bust it wide open to make it come true. That's your reputation. When you say, I'm going to write 20,000 a week, or I am going to smash my finger with a vice grips until blood bursts out the side. Like, you're crazy. Oh, I'm crazy, all right, because I'm authentic, because I have a reputation, and I'm not going to let my reputation be that I'm a bull crapper and I talk junk and then I don't do it. That ain't me. My reputation is when I say I'm going to do it, something get ready to happen. Fair decisions. Put your money where your mouth is. Invest in people who you believe in. Don't be fair. Be consistent. Be sane. Be the same, which is reward the producers. If it's a girl or a guy, reward the producer. If it's an old or a young, reward a producer. If it's a skinny versus a fat, reward the producer. You understand what I'm saying? It's be fair. Being fair is being different. It's not being the same amount of money for everybody. It's the same judgment criteria, which is getting results. We are a results-oriented company. The fairness we base it on is how hard you work. What you put in is what you get out. And then authenticity. That's why when you hang out with us, people said, I love hanging out with y'all. I love traveling with y'all. Yeah, me too. Because we have we got a bunch of people that are crazy up in here. Paul Roberts, Dr. Phil, Kelly Haney, Tony Carey, Jason Carey, Lee Reyes. We got them. Osuna. We got them. Eric Belair. We are who we are. We are the Alliance. And we're winning. And it's June. What's today's date? June 24th. Agency managers, tick-tock. We said it. Each one of you need to get on the phone with your key leaders, with your main producers, talk to them, It's going to take a team to raise this world up. We can do it. And we could finish this last week of June with massive results, massive production. We can finish, listen to this, we could finish this month up with integrity. We could have integrity. People say, those guys got integrity. These guys are loaded with integrity because they say what they mean and they do what they say and they mean what they say and they just them. Bunch of old whatevers, bunch of old boys and girls doing what they got to do to make stuff happen. Integrity, baby. All right. Thank you very much. Hope y'all helped. Hope it helped. Leaders, all the production boards, leaderboards, check them out. They're on ARC. Make sure that each agency manager is sending out emails, texts. Let's recognize these producers. That would be fair. Love y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Bye. Thank you, Jeff Bright, for the help. It's good stuff.